Have you ever said to yourself, man, I really want to delegate to my team, but if I have to explain everything that I have to tell them on what to do and how to do it, I may as well just do it myself. Or, you know, I really like to delegate to them, but what if they screw it up? Or, you know, my people have so much on their plate already. I don't feel like I can dump one more thing onto their plates. If you are saying these three things, whether it's in your head or verbalizing them out loud, then today is the video for you, because I'm going to share with you 5 principles that you can use to implement with your team on how you can delegate with purpose. I'm Dr. Heather Williamson with the Transformation Group, and thank you for actually watching this channel, and welcome back. I wanted to share with you these 5 principles on how to delegate with purpose, because delegation is a great tool that you can use to be more effective. And what I mean by that is, as a boss, you've got a lot of things on your plate. You've got a lot of things to manage and to stay on top of. And one way that you can do this and solve that problem of being overwhelmed and stressed out is to really figure out how to really delegate more effectively. And when it comes to delegating, a purpose, you got to have a purpose. So I wanted to share with you some ideas. And one thing to think about when it comes to delegating is that if you are giving a task to somebody that is already part of their job description, whether it's a task, like I said, or a project, then that's not really delegating. Delegation is when you are taking something off your list and then giving that to somebody on your team. And also think about it as a shared responsibility. So it's not just you dumping on them for the sake of dumping. And there are many benefits to actually delegation. The first is, one, you're going to be less stressed and obviously more happy because you're not going to be feeling overwhelmed. And then the second benefit is that your people are going to be happy because they are learning and growing. Another benefit is that you're going to be able to spend time focusing on where your attention should be, whether it's business growth or whatever it is that you're working on within your department or your company. And then lastly, which I think is hugely important, is that you are creating a culture of trust. When you delegate and do it well, and your people are fulfilling those trust criteria or getting the task done, then that culture of trust is going a long ways. So with that, let's get started on what those 5 principles are. And the first one is, well, shoot, I need to identify what it is that I can delegate. So identify all those things that you need to kind of push off to somebody else. And to do that, what you can do is actually create a list. The first column can be activities, and the second column can be what those responsibilities are in order to be successful in getting those activities accomplished. And then I want you to kind of create a sub-list after that, a 2-column sub-list. The first column will be, all right, out of these list of responsibilities, what is it that you need to do because it can't really be delegated to somebody else? So create that list. And then the second column is the list of items that can actually be passed on to somebody else on your team. So once you've done that, once you've got your list, then the second principle is, of course, who am I going to delegate it to? So when you think about delegation, think about what it is that is needed in order to get that task completed successfully, or that whether it's a project or not. And one criteria to think about is knowledge. So is the knowledge of whether it's company knowledge or client knowledge, then that has to be considered, as well as skill sets and the individual's attitude. So, they have to have a positive attitude and not be a whiner that they feel like they're being dumped on. This is actually an opportunity for growth. and then make sure that they are the best fit for what you're trying to do. And then the third principle is, okay, now I need to find out or communicate what are the results that I am looking for when it comes to whatever task or project it is. And so when you're thinking about the results, what's important to really do is allow them the freedom to be able to make the decisions on how they're going to get those results for you. So I know some people are really struggle with having things done a certain way, and unless, whatever the task is, and unless it's something that is, legal, or there's a certain process based on company policy, then, allow them the freedom to be able to make the decisions on how they're going to get it done. I mean, we all come from different backgrounds and different experiences, and sometimes people have better ideas and are more efficient and effective. So if that task does require a certain way to do it, then explain why that is also needed, and then they have a better understanding, and they won't fight you with trying to do it their way. And the fourth principle is clarify what those responsibilities are and the authority that they have. So when it comes to responsibilities, outline those out so they know what it is that they have to get accomplished, and give them the authority, empower them to make the decisions. I mean, you do not want them coming to you to have the final say on stuff. Some things may be important that way, but a lot of the smaller decisions, give them the opportunity to make them on their own. And also, when you're thinking about this, also give them a timeline that you want specific things accomplished. So everybody's on the same page. It gets back to effectively communicating with one another, that two-way communication. And then the fifth principle is establish a follow-up or checklist schedule. So whether it's once a week where you touch in with each other and provide feedback, they give you, what's been accomplished, a checklist. Also, it could be a time where the focus should be on, are there resources that they may need, or information that may need, or just a challenge they kind of want to talk things through. So all those are really important when it comes to that time that you're going to establish for the follow-up or check-in time. And those are the 5 principles that are going to help you have more of a purpose when you are delegating. And just to recap one more time, first is identify the tasks that you need to delegate. Second is identify that person who you're going to delegate to. The third is communicate the results that you are wanting. And the fourth is actually clarify the responsibilities and the authority that person has. And then fifth is create that follow-up and check-in schedule where everybody is staying on the same page, and you're kind of able to know if that person is being successful or not in the task or project. So the most of all, do not micromanage. This is an opportunity for your people to learn and grow, and they're craving that. They want that responsibility. And so you giving it to them is a win-win for both yourself and your people. So that is what it's all about. So I wanted to say thank you for watching today, and if you like what you're seeing, if you like this video, then like it below, and don't forget to subscribe. And with that, I want you to now go out and be the boss who your employees want to work for. Bye.